REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Televisión. I am Phil. I am very Phil. REED-BBS, BBS. So very Phil. So motherfucking very Phil. REED-BBS, BBS. Of course, I'm talking about the man, Oleksandr Usyk. Former Undisputed Cruiserweight champion. I believe he was a 2012 gold medalist. He finally made his heavyweight debut this past weekend against the very extremely late replacement, Chazz Witherspoon. He was supposed to be fighting Tyrone Spong, who pulled out fight week. I think he failed a drug test of some sort. In a perfect world, I prefer like a dominant champion, especially when you just got the belts last year. I'd like to see you defend them a time or three, maybe a year and a half. But I understand the economics of boxing. There's hardly ever, rarely, if ever, any money fights at cruiserweight. It's just not that division, man. If you're heavy enough, you're gonna go to heavyweight. If you're light heavyweight, that might be a weight that you dangle with, or you skip it altogether. It's been a pass through, like a tollway type of division, if you will. It's always a gateway to something else. So I get it. Plus, these days, reason why guys get all four belts and don't keep all four is because you're having to pay 4 sanctioning bodies out of every single one of your title defenses. That's just not feasible economically over the long haul. Anyway, Chazz Witherspoon was the opponent, credible opponent, former Golden Gloves, national champion. I always thought he was a nephew. I learned he's like the second cousin of former heavyweight contender Tim Witherspoon, Philly fighter. You know, the contrast in the demeanor of these two men was alarming. You know, again, Usyk, he's very Phil. He's very Phil. Got the wide serial killer eyes and shit. You know, he looks demented at times. Real fun-loving dude, but you can tell he's got some crazy in him just looking at him physically. The eyes, the tats, broad shoulders. Sometimes he had a spike tear and whatnot. In contrast, you get nothing, and I mean nothing, out of Chazz Witherspoon. My man is like watching paint dry. He is that damn perpetually just disinterested. It's like taking a pouting 3-year-old child to your favorite event, and they'd rather be anywhere else. Just, you know, not even pouting. He's just giving you nothing. Not hot, not cold, not, you know, just right in the middle, just blah, just meh. That's his demeanor. So that was a crazy juxtaposition for me. In terms of the fight, Chazz, older, slower, heavier, didn't have the same skill level, so Usyk ate him up with feints. Of course, his southpaw stance, the way he changes levels, Usyk would stand tall and fire southpaw jab, or he'd stand tall and fire the jab low. He'd get down and, you know, throw right crosses or lead crosses, left crosses to the body from a low stance. Then he'd throw them over the top high, change his levels real good. What I really liked was how he changes the power. He'll throw the pity pat jab and then wham! You know, he'll throw a ramrod one on you. His feints, he kind of do the rigging-dough, half-hearted punches, you know, like, just kind of keeping you guessing. He's active. He's very active. And for a big, lumbering heavyweight, I'm thinking of Anthony Joshua, for example. That's not really a style. He's just too fucking jittery. Like, you know, it's like a bear fighting a damn chihuahua or something. Like, slow your ass down. Quit being so damn busy. Could be a bad style moving down the road. 7th round stoppage. You know, it was never a question of who would win, just a matter of how. Usyk's first fight at heavyweight again, was also coming off the longest layoff of his career, so wasn't a time capsule performance of his, but he did enough. And oh, by the way, he's a WBO mandatory now. Who knew? Who knew that the road to a WBA mandatory shot, WBO, excuse me, was Chazz Witherspoon? Who? Did you know that? Because I didn't. But that said, Usyk, he's got the height. He's got the capacity to gain weight. I think he was 215. He said he'll be heavier in future heavyweight fights. He's got the ring IQ, and he's got the footwork to where he's going to have to be dealt with. He's going to have to be dealt with. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to guarantee this or that or predict he's going to be a champion or the champion. But style-wise, I see him having the most trouble with Tyson Fury. Taller, similar style, using footwork, jab, boxing, movement, can fight from the perimeter. I think the best style matchup would be Andy Ruiz, who's actually shorter. He's shorter than Usyk and slower up foot. They'd have some good exchanges in the pocket, and that would be interesting. But, yeah, we'll see, man. Good work overall. I'd give Usyk a B, solid B, not no B plus or A minus, just a B. It was all right. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.